हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। तो आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास नाइन्थ इंग्लिश beehive चैप्टर 1 द फन दे हैड। इससे पहले आप चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. On the page headed 17 May 2157, she wrote, "Today, Tommy found a real book. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on a paper. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinkly, and it was a awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of a moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, and then when they turned back to the page before it had the same words on it that it had when they read it first time. Gee, said Tommy, what a waste. When you are through with the book, you just throw it away. I guess our television screen must have had a million book on it, and it's good for plenty more. I would not throw it away. Same with me, said Margie. She was 11 and had not seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13. She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house." He pointed without looking because he was busy reading in the attic. "What is it about school?" Margie was scornfully. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been given her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with deals and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margie had hoped he would not know how to put it together again, but he knew how all right, and after an hour so, there it was again, large and black and ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. That was not so bad. The part Margie hated most was the salt, where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code they made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculate the marks in no time. The inspector had smiled after he was finished and patted Margie head. He said to her mother, "It's not the little girl's fault, Mr. Jones. I think the geography sector was graded a little too quick. Those things happen. Sometimes I have showed it up to an average 10-year level. Actually, the overall patterns of her progress is quite satisfactory," and he patted Margie's head again. Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy, a teacher, away from nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So he said to Tommy, "Why would anyone read about school?" Tommy looked at her with very surprised eyes because it's not our kind of school. Stupid, this is the old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He held loftily, pronouncing the word carefully. "Century ago." Margie was hurt. "Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all time ago." She read the book over his shoulder for a while, then said, "Anyway, they had a teacher Sure, they had a teacher, but it was not a regular teacher, it was a man. A man. How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. A man is not a smart and Theo. Sure, he is my father knows as much as my teacher. He knows almost as much. I bet Margie was not prepared to dispute that she had. I would not want a strange man in my house to teach me. Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teachers did not live in the house. They had a special building and all kids went there. And all the kids learned the same things, sure, if they were the same age. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and a girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. Just the same, they did not do it that way. Then, if you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I don't say I didn't. I don't like it. Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. They were not even half finished when Margie's mother called Margie's school. Margie looked up. Not yet, Mama. Now said Mr. Jones, and it's probably times for Tommy too. Margie said, Tommy, can I read the books some more than you after school? Maybe he said nonchalantly. He walked away whistling. The dusty old book tugged beneath his arms. Margie went into the schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on hand waiting for her. It was always on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday. Because her mother said little girls learned it better if they learned at regular hours. The arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. Please insert yesterday homework in the proper salt. Margie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old schools they had when his grandfather was a little boy. All kinds of kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the school yard, sitting together in the schoolrooms, going home together at the end of the day. They learned the same things so they could help one another with the homework and talk about it. And the teachers were people. The mechanical teacher was flashing on the screen when she had fraction 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. Margie was thinking about how the kids must have loved it in the old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. तो गाइज ये रही हमारी क्लास 9th इंग्लिश beehive चैप्टर 1 द फन दे हैड. आई होप यू लाइक इट. प्लीज़ नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन. थैंक यू. वेलकम.